my name is Chelsea from Teaching in Pearls, and welcome to a week in the life of a music teacher. Happy Tuesday! Stopping to get my Dunkin'. Kind of running late today. Not late, but I won't be early. I'll be like right on time, and I'm usually at least a few minutes early. But I don't care because we don't have students today, so I don't even know the schedule for today. And I'm sure whatever we're doing first won't start right at 7:30, so no worries. Tomorrow, the students are coming back full-time, 5 days a week, which is gonna be crazy. We haven't had that since March. We are trying to do social distancing, but with the amount of students we have, not really possible in most rooms. My room actually will be pretty good because I have that big room now that they've knocked that wall down. But a lot of other people, no, not so lucky. So we'll probably be 6 feet in my room, but they'll be 3 feet pretty much everywhere else, and sometimes less. Well, 3 feet isn't really that much, honestly. So that could probably work, but there's no way we could do 6 feet. It's just not possible. But whatever. We'll only have like a few weeks of school with them here full time, so it's interesting that we're even doing this for such a short amount of time, but I'm not in charge of the decisions, so I will do what I am told, and that is to teach music. So I shall do that. Oh god. Rain forever and ever. There's a goose in the parking lot. There's geese in the parking lot. Where do they come from?
Good morning, how can I help for you?
Hi, I have an on-the-go order for Chelsea. Yep.
Forward, City, I gotcha.
Thank you. Love these girls. Do you wear a mask at the drive-thru? Because if you don't, you should, even if you're vaccinated. I'll see you guys at school. All right, in my classroom now. Just filmed my intro because I thought it'd be weird to film an intro in my car in the parking lot. But I have my iced coffee. I've been here almost an hour and I have not touched it because I've been working on all my grades for last week, so those are all caught up, and it takes me forever since we're hybrid because I have to add up the points for when they were here, plus the Google Meet day, plus go check and see if they turned in any flip grids, or I also tell them like if they have issues with flip grids, they can send me messages on Schoology and Clever, go and check and all that. So just a lot of back and forth for every single class. And right now I have 5 classes, so I have about like over 100 students, so it's not as bad as it usually is because usually I have 600. But also when I teach all of them, we don't do grades every week, we just do midterm and quarter grades pretty much. So this is just more than I'm used to, but got those grades done. Now I'm looking around trying to figure out what all I need to do today. I need to take up all of my seat and put down new seats. I got Velcro sit spots instead of the plastic ones because the plastic ones take me a little bit longer to clean versus the Velcro ones that stay on the floor. I can spray those down a little bit more easily versus the plastic ones. I need to wipe them down, let them dry, all that kind of stuff. So I need to do my seats. I need to take apart Billy's cage and change out the flooring because the carpet he has in there, I'm just over it. I'm putting down an easier surface to clean. It's like a plasticky reptile surface thing, and I think that's really all I need to do. Oh, you hear that high-pitched ringing? Let me cover up my phone and see if that helps. I don't know if that helped at all, but I tried. Really cute. These were in our mailbox from our principal. She always just gives us the cutest gifts. It says chill pills and it says chill pills, take as needed to relieve anxiety, stress, and or frustration. And it's M&Ms, but she's just the cutest. Just the cutest. But I'm a little confused. Like, I don't know if we have meetings today or anything. I feel like we have to because we have to discuss dismissal and arrival and stuff. So I'm like in this conundrum where I don't necessarily want to start a project right now if I'm gonna get interrupted, but I also don't want to sit here and wait because I have no clue what the time frame is. I also told the art teacher I'd help do her wall stickers because we both have stickers on our wall to show the kids where to stand, but honestly it's gonna take me like 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna do that whenever I feel like it today. But yeah, I don't know, I'm a little confused about, like, do we really have all day to work on our room? That's just unheard of. Like, even on the days before school, we usually have meetings a few times a day. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go get started on Billy's cage, because that is what I really don't want to do. So I'm gonna do that first and put on my Spotify. I love the Good Vibes playlist. Okay, I don't know why I was avoiding that so much, because it literally took me like 5 minutes. I was just anticipating it was gonna take a lot longer, but it didn't. And I just think his cage looks so much more spacious now, because he's gotten so much bigger. I'm definitely gonna get a bigger cage for school by August, but he's only here a couple days a week and for a few hours, so I'm not gonna spend another $300 right now on a big cage, because he spends 75 to 90% of his time each week at home anyways. But yeah, this looks so much better. So I switched out the Repti carpet for this plastic. It's actually shelf liner, but it's like non-adhesive, so it doesn't have any chemicals that come off it if it gets heated up. This is what's in his cage at home. And then put his rock back, put that back. I had removed that. Put his hammock back up. That's pretty much where he always hangs out anyways. And then took the like viney stuff, because now he's so big that he actually was starting to chomp at it, and that wasn't really an issue before, but now his teeth are so big he actually probably could break the leaves off if he really wanted to. Before, there was no way he could get those plastic leaves off, so I just took it out because he doesn't need it, and I think his cage just looks so much better now anyways. But now I need to get up all these circles and the Velcro that's under them and put down my new sit spots. All right, 18 minutes later, and we're done. Let's see, I didn't even count how many seats I have. I have kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. And I made sure that diagonally they're 6 feet apart and across they're 6 feet apart. And then of course front to back they're actually 12 feet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Perfect, 31, way more than I need. So yay. Yay, yay, yay. I don't want to have to use those back spots if I don't have to, and I don't want to use these side spots if I don't have to. So I'm going to try to fill all of these middle ones on my seating charts. But yay, we've got room to grow. Just got back from lunch. It's almost time to leave and I still have not drank my coffee. I ended up spending almost the whole morning. Ugh, does not taste good. Ugh, does not taste good today. I ended up spending my whole morning after I finished getting my seats out and doing Billy's cage and a couple other tidying up things. I was helping a bunch of other people. I helped the art teacher hang stuff in the hall. I helped the tech teacher laminate a bunch of stuff for people. And then we went to lunch, came back, laminated some more stuff, and now I've been working on my lesson plans, but I'm being so indecisive that I'm just about to give up right now because I cannot decide what I want to do with my classes. So I think I'm just gonna play it by ear, see how they do tomorrow, because I've never had them all together in over a year. So I kind of need to see what the energy is like and then go from there, because I don't know, so it's gonna be so weird to have them all back. But what I'm gonna do right now is I had made seating charts for the next couple weeks, but now I have more seats than I needed, so I need to make new seating charts. I think that's what I'm gonna work on till it's time to go. But yeah, apparently no meetings today or anything. Pretty sweet. They actually gave us the whole day to work. I just wish I was more motivated to do my lesson plans right now. But I just can't bring myself to do it. It's not that I'm not motivated. I just literally cannot decide what I want to do. I don't know. But I did decide that this vlog is going to be a week-long vlog, which, I mean, it's today through Friday, so 4 days, other than a daily one, because I haven't gotten that much footage today, and I just don't think the next 3 days I'll get that much footage because it'll be so chaotic with all the kids coming back. So instead, it'll just be a little bit longer and more like daily updates and stuff. But I'm excited to be back on my vlogging grind, and hopefully I get some good content this week. Happy Tuesday, 5 minutes till my first class comes, and I'm kind of nervous. Ooh, I haven't taught this many kids in a long time. I spent my whole plan about redoing all the seating charts because my room is set up differently than I thought it was going to be with the seats and everything, which you guys saw me do. And yeah, I just have some random activities for us to do today because I feel like we're going to spend a lot of time talking just about all the changes and then just kind of briefly going over procedures and rules. But I mean, I've had these kids, other than my kindergartners, I've had these kids for years, so they know our rules. I really don't need to go over much, but wish me luck. I don't think I'll check in probably till either lunch or end of the day, but I'm excited. Good morning, happy Thursday. So I did not check in yesterday because, well, number one, I didn't have any time at school. I probably could have during lunch, but not really. I was kind of rushing around like a crazy person yesterday. And then at the end of school, I had to talk to my student teachers, and then we started afternoon duty like 10 minutes earlier than we usually do. So then it was time to go, and then I met with my friend, and then I just didn't want to vlog, honestly. So sorry for that. This week's vlog is going to be very much just updates because I just don't have time to be doing cute little transitions and stuff because I'm just trying to get through this first week back with kids. But yesterday was awesome. If I just looked at my music classes, they were amazing. There were some stressful moments, but they were only during morning duty and afternoon duty, which really have nothing to do with my teaching. They're just duties that I have to do. And so I'm gonna just look at the school day as my classes. It was awesome. It was so good to have everyone back, but it felt so crowded, even though all of my seats, I mean, you've been here since I measured them, across they're 6 feet, back and forth they're 12 feet, and diagonally they're 6 feet. But when all the kids are in here, and the oldest grade I have right now is 4th grade, it is so crowded, and I have 6th grade in my next quinmester for the last 7 weeks, and apparently like every kid is here. It's gonna feel super crowded, but as soon as the kids got in here, I had spent like 30-45 minutes perfecting my seating charts, and then as soon as they got in here, I changed them to put more spaces in between because it just felt so crowded. We had a bunch of kids come back that we haven't seen in months or almost a year, some of them, and that's great because I'm glad that we have tabs on them now and they're gonna be back at school and stuff. But it was a lot of random kids added to classes and kids I haven't seen in forever and just playing catch up. But it was a really good day with 4th grade, 3rd grade, and 2nd grade. With everybody, I got them into their seat and then showed them the voice play, I think it's voice play, Moana medley. I'm pretty sure it's voice play, it's an acapella group. 99% sure it's voice play. But anyways, just Moana acapella medley while I was taking attendance. And for my really old kids, my 4th graders, 3rd graders, and 2nd graders, I sent home these papers I've been sending home saying you have this many missing assignments. It's like the independent work they had to do on hybrid days, and I'm trying to get as much of that missing stuff turned in so that their grade can get better. But luckily I won't have to do any of that stuff when all my students are back full-time for this next quinmester, so I'm looking forward to that. But then with 4th grade, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, what did we do? We talked about meter and did some meter activities where first I was using my wood block and I would be like, okay, what meter is this? So that's 3, and then I'll do like some crazy meters, like I'll do like 12. I'm really trying to get them to feel the strong beat and the weak beats. But then we did the quaver little meter activity. What's that called? Meter matching, the meter matching activity. And with 4th grade, then we went into the lines and spaces, just using the treble clef lines and spaces activity with quaver, where it pops up, and then I always have them start by breaking it down. Is it a line or a space? What number line or space is it? What's the rhyme for lines and spaces? And then what's the name of the note? So we break it down a few times like that, and then I just let them tell me the name of the note. And that's all we got through with 4th grade. With 3rd grade and 2nd grade, we didn't even get to the lines and spaces. All we did was meter matching because they just wanted to talk so much, and I'm fine with that. They just wanted to tell me how their spring break was and talk about how they felt about being back full time and all that kind of stuff. So we talked a lot in all my classes, but 3rd grade and 2nd, we didn't get through much content at all, but that's okay. Not every day has to be a content heavy day because I'm a relationships first teacher through and through. So I value conversations over content sometimes, and yesterday was one of those days. And then with K and 1, well, K and 1 were different. So with 1, same thing, watched the Moana medley while I was doing attendance, but after I was done with attendance, we practiced standing up silently, lining up in the hall silently, coming back in the room silently, and going to their seats, so that hopefully today they remember where to sit and we don't have to go through that again. But honestly, that process takes like 10 minutes because I do it really slow, and I'm like watching the whole time, and I'm telling them like I'm looking for someone for Tiger Pride, and oh, I have someone in mind that I'm gonna look for, and then they're all, you know, it's just, I make it a big thing just so we can practice it once. It takes 10 minutes, but now they'll know where to sit. Now they know how to line up, they know how to leave. I don't have to do that for my really old kids, but for the little kids, it's definitely necessary. And then for 1st grade, I did like our chants, like H-E-L-L-O. This is how we say hello. I did the welcome to music song a couple times and let them sing into the microphone, welcome to music, welcome to music. So just an echo song. I did step on the beat, but we usually do step on the beat in a circle. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can YouTube it, step on the beat. It should be like the first thing that comes on. We usually walk in a circle when we do it because that's how my cooperating teacher, when I was student teaching, that's where I learned this activity from. That's how she did it, and so I've always done it like that. But obviously with COVID, we can't like be walking in a circle just because it's harder to socially distance them. So I had them do it in their spots, and it actually worked really well. So I don't think I'm ever gonna have them do it in a circle again, because I always do this activity the first week of school, and the hardest part of the activity is getting them to walk in the circle correctly. So now I'm like, I don't think we even need to do that, so I might just never do that again. So thanks to this pandemic for showing me a new way to do that activity that is way less chaotic and worked really well. And then with 1st grade, I want to say we did one more song, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, I think we did a dance. It might have just been like a kids bop dance. They were just like, can we dance? And I didn't have one planned, and they were just in a good mood, so I think I'd put on a kids bop dance is all it was. And then kindergarten, they came in, they did not listen to any Moana medley because I just did my attendance while my student teachers were teaching, and I'll explain that in a second. But my kindergartners, I did H-E-L-L-O and welcome to music, and we did not do step on the beat. We just did welcome to music, welcome to music, I'm glad you're here, I'm glad you're here, if you like music, we'll have a great year, we'll have a great year. And they did not practice getting in their spots and lining up and stuff because I didn't want to take too much time from the student teachers, so we will be doing that today. Hopefully they remember where to sit. If they don't, it is what it is, but we'll be practicing that today for sure with kindergarten. And so my student teachers, I've had 2 groups of them. This is my 2nd group. So they were virtual most of the year, and so they needed virtual placements, and their professor was one of my graduate assistants in college. She was one of my professors. Are they considered professors when they're grad students? I don't know. I consider her a professor, but anyways, now she works there, and she has junior student teachers, so they're in their junior year of college, so they're not about to graduate. It's like, in my college we called it field experience, but there they call it student teaching. So anyways, they come to my classes virtually twice a week, and they come with just one class. So it's been kindergarten so far, but for the last part of the year it's going to be 1st grade. And they zoom in, and it's so funny. Like, I have them on the projector screen, and then we've had to mess with the tech a lot, but we finally perfected it yesterday, I think. So on my school computer, I have that hooked up to the projector, and that's where the students see them, but I have the school computer muted and no volume on. Then I have my computer, my Mac, set up in the middle of the room facing the students. That's how the student teachers see the students, and also that's where the mic is to pick up the students, because that was our biggest issue when I was using the mic from this. They could not hear them because kids are all the way over there, so they can hear them better with the Mac over there. And then I have my Echo Dot plugged into my Mac, or not plugged in, but hooked up to my Mac to project the student teachers, because the sound's coming out of my Mac and not out of the projector. And then I have my microphone sitting on the Echo, and it worked perfectly yesterday, so I was really happy about that. I was worried about how it was going to go with all the kids here and the student teachers, because up until now they've only had like 4 kids in that class because it was just the A group, so I was nervous, but it went really well. The student teachers are great. My last group was awesome, this group is awesome, and the kids were more receptive yesterday than they've ever been when it's been like them zooming in. They've always been really receptive when it was Google Meet, but when it started with the student teachers having to zoom in, because now we're in person, the kids were a little bit less responsive. But yesterday, with the tech stuff being better, they were all in. They did a great job, and I was so excited that it went so well, because I was honestly expecting chaos, and it went really well. I also had a new student in kindergarten yesterday who had never been to the school before. I'm not sure he's ever been to school. I don't know what the deal is, if he's been at another building virtually all year, but judging by his behavior, I don't think he's been in a building yet. So he just wasn't really following directions, kind of flailing around, which can be dangerous. And especially with the pandemic, I really don't want kids getting out of their spot. I mean, we do a lot of movement, but we do movement in our spot. And so when you're spinning around and you could run into someone, that's like usually a no-no, but definitely a no-no for me this year, because it's pandemic, so we need to keep our distance, because we totally have enough space to keep our distance, so there's no excuse. And so I talked to him like 2 times. I said, you know, telling him to stop flailing his body around in kindergarten terms, and he didn't. And so then I had him sit out, and he sat out, and he was watching the class for a while, and I went up to him. With kindergartners, I'll only have them sit out for like 3 minutes, because that's an eternity to them. So he was sitting out for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, and I went over, I said, "Are you ready to join us?" And he said no, and I said, "Okay." So I walked away, came back a minute or 2 later. "Are you ready to join us?" "No." "Okay." I walked away again, and he was just sitting watching. He wasn't really doing anything over there, anything disruptive. And then 3rd time I came back, "Are you ready to join us?" And he was like, and I was like, "Okay, go back to your spot." And he was perfect after that. So I try to be very, I don't want to say, I try to be very strict with my students the first time I'm meeting them. And with most of them, not kindergarten, but with 1st grade and up, I don't really have to establish that rapport, because they have me every year, which makes my life so much easier. So I established that rapport with them the 1st year I had them. But with new students, I try to be very strict, not in a mean way, because if I was mean, I would have had him sit out and not be able to join us again, or I would have yelled at him, and that's not what I did. I just calmly had him sit and watch. But I just really try to set the tone that we have so much fun in here, and we get to do fun things and play around, but also there's a limit, because if I don't set that limit, then it's chaos, because there's a lot of them and they have a lot of energy, and my class is really fun. So it's easy to get like how little kids get so excited that they can't control themselves. So I'm always very strict with my new students, but as soon as that rapport is established, and then of course, you know, after he joined us and he was doing a good job, I was kind of pointing him out like, "Oh, look, so-and-so is doing that. Look at how he's doing it," when he was doing the right movements and stuff. So it was good. I was excited that he was so receptive to the like timeout, which wasn't even really timeout. He was just sitting, the audience timeout, I guess we could call it. And he was able to join the class, and it was just a good experience, because you never know with new students how they're going to react to things. And especially this year, I don't have my calming corner, because I can't really have it, because the items that were in the calming corner were shared, and I wouldn't have time to clean them in between. And I really loved having that, so hopefully one day I'll be able to have it back, or I can find a way to make it COVID friendly, but I just don't have the time to do that right now, so we're just probably not gonna have it this year. So luckily that worked out well with the new student. My student teachers were amazing, the kids were super receptive, and it was just a good day. Dismissal was kind of crazy, arrival was kind of crazy, but that has nothing to do with my teaching, in my opinion, because I went to college to teach music, not to do morning and afternoon duty. So I try not to stress about that stuff too much because that's not why I'm here. Although I do it with a smile, and I actually don't mind morning and afternoon duty because I like seeing all the kids that I don't get to teach all the time now. So there's pros to it definitely, but it can be very stressful. So today with my 4th, 3rd, and 2nd graders, I'm gonna show them is this voice play again? I think it is. Yeah, this is voice play again. I'm gonna show them the voice play Carry On My Wayward Son video while I take attendance and get everything settled. Then we're gonna do meter matching again, the lines and spaces activity again, but then hopefully we'll be able to move on to some rhythm activities. And with my K&1, we are gonna do the same things we did yesterday, go over our like chants and our songs, and then I have how to shuffle. It's everybody, but what is the song? Party Rock Anthem. It's just a little fun dance break. We'll do that at some point. We'll do Step on the Beat, and we'll just do some kiddie songs like Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes. We'll do that in English and Spanish. What else? Probably Wheels on the Bus, like very preschool-esque songs, just to get used to singing together and how class works. And doing these songs that they kind of are familiar with gives me a lot more leeway to address behaviors and notice things and just get more familiar with them as a cohesive group. So they love doing things that, I mean, I consider to be like preschool baby activities. My students honestly enjoy that up until about 3rd grade. So that's how I usually start the year, and I feel like it's kind of like the first week of school again. So that's what we are doing in K&1. But I only have today, tomorrow, and then next Tuesday through Friday with this group, and then I'm done with them till next year, which is gonna be crazy. Then I'll get a new group, and in my new group I think I have 6th grade, 5th grade, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and 1st grade, but no kindergarten and no 4th grade. So that'll be a change too, because I'll be teaching more older grades, and I'll have my plan bell at the end of the day instead of at the beginning of the day. But I'm gonna get ready now. I still have a few minutes. I'm gonna get my stuff up. Actually, I'm pretty much ready. Go me. I'm on it today. Okay, instead I'm gonna work on grades and attendance and checking to see if any of these kids did the missing assignments I told them about yesterday. Also, it's opening day. Go Reds. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Had to go all out because we're going on Easter weekend. I was gonna say Easter break. I mean, we do get Monday off, so kind of a break. And this is our last day off till the end of the school year. So that's gonna be a long 9 weeks. Whew, May is gonna feel so long, but this week went pretty well. Yesterday was really crazy, so I just didn't have time to manage my life and vlog, because obviously this is not high priority when I'm teaching. And I had my first like behavior calls home, which is just so annoying. But I was talking to my team, and like the worst part about being a specialist is we don't get like a honeymoon period with the kids at the beginning of the year, and this is kind of like the new beginning of the year, because they already know us and they've already been in our room, and like they revert exactly back to the behaviors they've had previously. So I had to make my first calls home yesterday, but they went really well. Whenever I have to call home for a discipline issue the first time, I always make sure I'm super kind, and I phrase it more like so-and-so is having a bad day. I wanted you to see if you could talk to him before I send them back to their other teachers so they can have a better day. Kind of just like that, not just like, hey, so-and-so is doing this, blah, blah, blah. So I try to phrase it like, can you help them? And then the parents are usually really receptive to that, because it's less like an aggressive way of calling about behavior, but still addressing that there's been a problem. And then the second time, if I have to call back, they're usually more understanding if I'm more stern, and they understand the consequence. So anyways, had to make my behavior calls yesterday, but today those kids were perfect, so that went well. But today in 4th, 3rd, and 2nd grade, we played Boomwhackers, and then in 1st and kindergarten we did a lot of Simon Says with a rhythm block and a stick. I say Simon Says, like ta ta ti ti ta, and then they go And then if I go ta ta ti ti ta without saying Simon Says and they clap, then they're out. So that is really fun. I've never played it with kindergarten, so I didn't even know if they would like get it, but they totally did. And first grade was so good at it that I actually let some of the kids take turns leading it, and I just used 3 patterns when I was doing it, and so they just copied those 3 patterns over and over. I did ta 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 ti ti ta and ti 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 ti. Those are the 3 patterns I did, and it went over really well. I played that yesterday with the big kids too, and they like it, but the little kids like it even more, so I'm definitely going to be whipping that out a lot more frequently. I had forgot about that game. I haven't played it since like 1.5 years ago now, so I completely had forgot it existed. All my classes were good this week, but my camera light is blinking, so I'm going to try to be quick. Yesterday after school, I had rehearsal for 4 hours for my church. I'm singing in our Easter service. And I go to like a mega church, but I've been there since before it was a mega church, so it's kind of funny to see how much it's grown in the past like 11-12 years that I've been there. And I'm singing in 5 services this weekend, so I had rehearsal for that last night. I'll be doing that all weekend, and then I came home, went to bed. It was like 9:30, so I was so tired, and today I just taught, going home and getting dinner with my family later, but really relaxing today because all weekend I'll be at church singing, so just trying to chill while I can. I'm glad I captured this week, even though I didn't get a lot of like moments. It's nice to have the reflective part of just like what I've been doing and all that kind of stuff. It's helpful for me to document it this way, and you guys seem to enjoy these vlogs anyways, even when they're boring and just talking. Next week I'll definitely try to catch more action, not necessarily students, but just like not just me sitting here talking. But I'm just having trouble adjusting back to having the students full-time for the first time in a year, because it has been exhausting. I'm sure a lot of you can relate, because a lot of us are just now transitioning back to full-time. It really feels like August all over again with my energy levels. If you have watched this whole video, I appreciate you. I'm so glad to be back to vlogging, and I hope you have a fabulous day wherever you are.